Welcome to the next episode of our Wilderness Slayer Guide series. In this episode, we're doing Abyssal Demons, which is great for farming extra whips. And as you'll see on screen, the Abyssal Demons make a lot more GP per hour in the wilderness on task than any other place. So to even get this task and some other bursting tasks, you're going to need to unlock this, but it's 0 points, so it's not a real unlock. If you want to get the most whips and XP per task, you're going to want to augment my abbeys. But if you're going for points and you don't need whips, you don't need this, and you can exchange the slaughter bracelets for expeditious bracelets. This is a very cheap and effective strategy. See, the risk is almost nothing. You don't have to bring the glory. I just bring the glory to teleport, but it has the same bonus for magic as the Amulet of Magic. The boots are 7k, and the bracelet will be used anyways. So, pretty much no risk. With that said, we have 7% magic damage bonus. If you have the wilderness staff, I would definitely use that. But other than that, for the 30k GP, it's a great setup. Now, magic setups are usually a little less tanky. So if you're risking a lot of ether or a lot of runes, charging the wilderness staff, that's 350k minimum. And then you're bringing runes on top of that. So you might want to switch into this setup. It's still very cheap. It might be harder for Iron Man to get the black D-hide, but this is 20k, and if you're a main, this is 15k. But you'll see we have decent defense bonuses, and then for the mage switch, we have 115 magic defense bonus. So they can splash a lot, and you can take your time to get out of there. Here's an example of an inventory to get away from PKers. Of course, you should just use the wilderness player alarms and get ready to teleport out. It's the easiest way. But if you're risking a lot and want to be careful, you just take this setup. When they're maging, switch to this. When they're ranging a melee, switch to this. You have triple eats here for their special attacks or any good combos that they hit. And make your way to the closest exit. I'll show some examples later. Make sure you only bring what you're comfortable losing. I'm going to bring 300 casts, which equals about 230k. Now for the location, we're going all the way north in the Wilderness Slayer Cave. It'll be above level 30 technically, but part of it is under 30, so it's not a big deal. But if you have extra Wilderness Crab teleports, you can take the Wilderness Crab teleport, and then go south, and then just west there. But I'll show you the way that I get there with the obelisk or by running. Alright, now we head there by running all the way east, or if you have Wilderness Heart Diaries, I would just set the obelisk to level 19 in Wilderness. Alright, so now that we're here, you might want to mark this line. As you can see, this line I'm still at 30, this line I'm still at 30. Here, 31, try to teleport out. You can't use after level 30 wilderness, so this is the line that you need to be at to guarantee that you can seed pod away from PKers instantly. Let's see the normal strategy for this. We'll just put on protect from melee. Gather all of them with one dart each. Make sure you're on rapid. They're just iron darts, so I don't care about wasting them. You don't need a backpack. And then you're gonna want to stay on this line, and it's a lot easier if you have the teleport anchoring scroll from Undead Zombies. Now, we have a video on that. It's for Iron Men to make money, but it's just a helpful guide for undead pirates, pretty much. But as you can see, they're not tossing me everywhere around, which is very nice. That allows me to stay on the 30 line a lot easier. So to guarantee you don't get PK'd here, you might want the teleport anchoring scroll. I tend to get pretty lazy and go on this line, but it's still 2 clicks away from 30, so a 30 teleport, so it's not bad at all. Every time you switch staffs in the wilderness, you will have to put this burst back on, or barrage, whatever you're doing. If you have the sacks, I would definitely use barrage. Personally, I like to tag these guys as soon as they get off, because there's only 8 Abyssal Demons here. There's not the 9 that you can normally stack, but it's still really good XP. More so, you get way better loot here than the regular demons. And I noticed there's not too many PKers here. I don't see too many players or PKers here, so pretty chill spot overall. Now this is the Iron Dart method, and I'll show the Goading potion in a sec. Well, I was gonna start the Goading potion, but I already got the first Abyssal Whip of the task, so I'm gonna pick that up. Look at the tray. Oh, it's in my bag. Don't put it in your bag to make sure that you can keep it, unless you're trying to protect a +1, and then definitely put it in your bag so you lose the whip and not that. But let's check the task. Yeah, I think that's 7 in. 7 in, I got my first Abyssal Whip. So in the wilderness, we should always be paying attention enough to get the seed pod out. Let's say you're AFK in a bit, or they catch you above the 30 line. A really good thing to do is when you're coming down here, try to fight in this area as much as you can until you can catch the freeze on them, and then just go around the corner and log out. Now you can do this on any of the corners, but for the Abyssal Demons, this section right here is a really easy way to do it. If you don't catch the freeze, I would either go out here north and go west, go into the Web Chasm and just see if you can dance around there. Then make your way south to the Feryx Enclave to beat the TB. You could just go south of this and just keep going down to the 30 line, but you're gonna need a lot of food for that. Let's test the Goading potion. So for Dust Devils, I really did not like it because it takes so long to go off. You have to stand near them and then they come. It just takes too many ticks to start, but alright, let's see. At least for this way, we don't have to constantly choose the spell. Now, once I kill the majority of them, it's not effective enough to drag the ones from far away. So I would not recommend using it here, but if you're really rich or you have a ton of these and you don't want to use darts, you don't want to keep switching between spells, it's definitely a good option. It's not a bad option. So the most efficient way to do this would be to use the Goading potion and the darts for things far away, but it's rather annoying. Alright, we're finishing off the last of the casts here. Probably just end there. Save that for next trip. And we have 156k in the looting bag. I picked up some random stuff, so not perfect. Organization. About 24k, so about 180k second trip. First trip was the Abyssal Whip and over 1 mil. And this will give a pretty good average on XP. The task says we did 87, but we actually did 119. We didn't get lucky on superiors, but we still managed to pull pretty much 50k Slayer XP per hour and over 125k Mage XP per hour. If you don't mind banking often, you can just use the looting bag to bank a ton of ashes. You don't have to bring food even. Just bring less runes and open inventory, take the whole inventory of ashes, and come back. Well, I was getting really unlucky with superiors, but finally got my first one. Pretty much averaging 50k Slayer XP per hour still, but hopefully with this there'll be a good jump. There's the 4200 XP drop, and sadly the first Larran's key of the task. Should have at least 2 by now, but that's alright. Alright, we pretty much got the same amount of loot as last time, just a little bit more. About 222k. And then you add the Larran's key, additional 142k. Our last trip was a short one, and it's done. About 100k in the bag. We made it to the end of the task. We ended up killing 281 Abyssal Demons with 1 greater Abyssal Demon, leading to 46,000 Slayer XP total, and essentially done in less than an hour, so very good. Now for the loot, we're projected to get half an Abyssal Whip and 3 Larran's keys, so we're lower on the Larran's keys, but we got a full whip, so can't really complain. Leading to 1.9 mil, without the whip about 600k. And our next task for the Wilderness series is 141 Anku. Very good in the Wilderness. That's a wrap on our Abyssal Demon Guide for the Wilderness. There will be a lot more Wilderness Slayer videos coming out, so like and subscribe to come back to see all the content.